and I'm going to do a bit of a pantry run through with you. So we've always called this pantry cleanup, and I didn't know any of this a couple of years ago. So I'm teaching you what this community shared with me. And some little changes will make really, really big results. Now you can't, well, actually I was going to say you can't see that, but that wouldn't be fair. I've got some stuff I want to talk about. I'm going to try and be fairly brief, because those of you that know me know that brief words aren't my forte. So it's a real focus for me. Okay. Flours, your traditional flours aren't keto. Keto is where you minimize your carbs and your sugars, and your body or your liver makes ketones, and your ketones burn your fat for fuel. Now, whether or not that's to lose weight, whether or not it's for a better brain, whether or not it's for sleep, energy, mood, focus, fat loss, all of that stuff, it doesn't really matter whether you drink them or you make them yourself. But some little pantry changes will make some huge results. So I'm going to start with these flours, and I don't like packets, so I've roasted mine and gone. So what I've got here, I tossed out my normal flours. Didn't know what I was doing, and I've replaced them with massive amounts of coconut flour and almond flour. Almond meal, almond flour are basically the same thing, except almond flour is finer. So you can get your almond flour from Coles, Woolies, any of your local supermarkets will carry them, and then you can just blend the meal up finer. So in a blender or, a blitzer or whatever. So those flours are really good. The other flour that's very keto friendly is chia. Cheers. You can blend this up and make breads and all kinds of things. So you don't ever have to really miss out on anything that you love, which is quite terrific, isn't it? You can make cheesecakes keto friendly. So you don't actually have to give up that stuff, which is really cool. So changing out your flours, and I will put a pantry cleanup list in here for you, because like I said, I didn't know any of this stuff. The other big change that you can make is tossing out vegetable oils. Seed oils, more specifically. So canola, sunflower, safflower, they are all really nasty. Our body thinks they're the same, but they're processed with massive amounts of chemicals, and your body uses them to build structures, and the structures aren't very stable. So basically, the walls fall down. So little pig, let me in. What you want to do is build your cell structures out of healthy fat. So this is a coconut oil. When the recipes call for coconut oil, etc., there's two different kinds. So some stay liquid, and these are the ones that people put in bulletproof coffee, and some are solid. This is the kind you use in chocolate. So, for example, you wouldn't use this making keto chocolate because it's going to be liquid. So that calls for this. And this is just from Aldi, and you can get it at Costco. Most of the supermarkets will have them around. So that's oils. Can you hear my cuckoo clock? Okay. The other really good oil, so you can see I've switched over to a spray. I don't love sprays, but going from canola oil to coconut oil is a really, really good move. And I kept throwing out my partner's salad dressing because it has canola oil in it. And canola oil, as we've discovered, is particularly bad for you, but he kept rebuying it. So I figure, he doesn't understand. Build your walls with inferior oils, that's okay. I also drink a little sip of this every single morning. Coconut oil is antibacterial, microbial, blah, blah, blah. So really, really good for you. Other really healthy fats, and this, if you've just started this lifestyle, healthy fats is gonna, it's gonna be a bit to get your head around, because we've been told for 70 years not to eat fat. But I am literally walking proof that it's okay and it's not going to kill you. It makes your skin look better, your joints are better, your body works better, your brain works better, and you will not die. Okay, good oils: macadamia oil, avocado oil, olive oil, ghee, butter, coconut oil that we've talked about. Ghee, great for cooking, good flavor too. And you know what? As you cut down your carbs and you up your healthy fats, you will be surprised at how good you feel and how much better your body and your brain work. Here's an example. This is a thing of fish. It's mackerel. I would never have looked at this 2 years ago. I'd be like, meh, meh. And this is about as close as I've managed to get. It's in an olive oil blend. Now, it's still got some canola in it. But you know what? Life is for living. Don't sweat the small stuff. But 5 mils of crappy oils are actually enough to do you damage long term. Not much, eh? One of the other things you might like to do fairly early on in the piece, and if you've been doing this lifestyle for a while, I would encourage you to, if you haven't done these things, to do them, especially the oils. Massive change. Cream in coffee instead of milk was one of the first changes I made. And what it did was allowed me to fast a bit longer and burn my own body fat because it's filling. Fats turn on satiety. So they knock over your ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. And when you're on the sugar roundabout and roller coaster, you basically, you're a slave to that. And you're hungry all the time. Whereas when you're eating healthy fats, you're actually full and not feeling like you need to graze. So cream, getting rid of your milks. Nut milks are really good. This is a macadamia milk. You really want to be checking your labels. We will teach you how to read labels. But in here, what I'm looking at is the serving size, whether or not it's got added sugar, because you want the stuff without the sugars, or you're going to end up back on the damn craving train over and over and over again. Been there, not going back. So this almond milk, this is, there's a macadamia milk as well. Nut milks are great, but check for your sugars. So the other thing you want to be looking at is 5 grams of carbs, 5 ingredients. That's a good label guide. So if it's got more ingredients than that, you probably need to put it back on the shelf. This one's got 6, and this one actually has, I didn't even realize, it's got maltodextrin, sugar, and sunflower oil. Not sugar, but not good for you. So this one actually, see, I didn't check the label. So yeah, that one, don't buy this one. This one's going back. Okay. While we're talking about labels, you'll find a great stack of stuff that says no sugar, low carb, sugar-free, blah, blah, blah. But I want to show you how long this label list is. Like it says low carb, right? Or it says sugar-free. And then it says, I don't know if it says low carb actually. You just assume it is. Just because it says low carb doesn't mean it's low carb. But we didn't know that, right? So have a look. This will be backwards probably. Look at the length of the ingredients list in this. Your body has to process all that. Whatever it can't process, it's got to store. Guess where it stores it? It wraps it cozily in your fat cells. Just think about that when you're buying things with 20 ingredients that we're not supposed to eat. I never started out this militant. This has been a work in progress. For now, I just made, like when I started, I just made tiny, tiny changes. Cream in coffee, switched out my sugars, switched out my oils. So yeah, just because it says, and seriously, this has been in my cupboard for ages, I'm going to feed it to somebody else. Oh dear. Okay, this is the same. For now, you probably just want to be checking your carbs and your sugars. Again, look at the list of ingredients. Yet this actually says sugar-free. I don't have anything against this brand. I think it's better than nothing. But there are so many good recipes. All you have to do is put Google your favorite recipe and put keto in front of it. And you'll have so many good recipes. So to do that then, all you need is maybe some sugar replacements and some flour replacements. Good sugar replacements include monk fruit. You can get that in the supermarket. Erythritol is my favorite because it doesn't spike your blood sugar either, and it doesn't have the weird taste that old-fashioned stevia or anything had. Also, stevia drops are really terrific if you're weaning yourself off sugar. And this is Natvia. So Natvia you'll get it in most of your supermarkets. And depending on where in the world you're watching from, you can blitz this up to make a powder, which is always better when you are cooking because it dissolves better. So you're looking for erythritol, monk fruit, maybe xylitol, just depending. And those are good sugar replacements, and stevia. that don't spike your blood sugar. Now here is something else. Okay, if it's really important that you check labels. This is a tin of tomatoes, and I'm in the tin of tomatoes. You know how they hide sugar in there? Ridiculous. This one here has diced tomatoes, tomato juice, technically not a sugar, acidity regulator, citric acid. Ridiculous what they put in our foods, hey? Anyway, just haven't got tomatoes at the moment, otherwise I'd be making my own. Anywho, so check your labels for hidden sugars in any of your tinned products, and don't drink your sugar. Really? And then last but not least, I want to show you something. These are potatoes. Now there was a group of us who've been like coaching together. And these are 25 less grams of carbs potatoes. If we have a look, what we see on the label, sure, they might be less carbs, 22 grams. Now, if you're drinking ketones, you might get away with a few of those. But if you're not and you're doing strict keto, you're out of ketosis if you eat a potato. So just even though the label says it, you still need to check. Now, if I think about how they've made these, you think about what's going to happen for them to actually make a potato, not a potato that's really a potato. Just saying. Anyway, the moral of the story is check your labels, look for hidden sugars, ditch your crappy oils, and I will put a list in the comments under this, and replace your flours. So just start being a little bit carb and sugar aware. Hopefully that's helpful for you. I know I just spoke about a lot, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to watch this and rewind it if you need to and pause it and whatever. Let me know if this is helpful to you. Let me know if I missed anything, and make sure you smile at somebody today.